Welcome back to Hen House Files, where every cluck could be your last. Today's story? It's a real example of why you should never trust a home with eyes, even if those eyes are in the walls. So fluff your feathers, sharpen your beaks, and let's peck at the truth. Michael and Lisa Harris weren't thrill seekers, ghost hunters, or lovers of the supernatural. They were tired. The city had drained them, sirens at night, cramped apartments, rent hikes. Michael, a quiet web developer, longed for silence. Lisa, a freelance illustrator, wanted space to paint. When they saw the listing for the old farmhouse on Grafton Road, it felt like fate. It was cheap, shockingly cheap for a four-bedroom on 5 acres. The photos showed wide wooden floors, an attic with a circular window, and a porch that begged for summer evenings and sweet tea. The realtor was oddly pushy. She kept saying, "It's perfect for folks who want to settle in." Lisa noticed she never said, "Start fresh" or "Make it yours." Just settle in. They signed the papers in 2 days. The first week was calm. They unpacked, explored the land, took walks in the wheat fields that whispered when the wind blew. The only odd thing was the silence. It wasn't just quiet, it was hollow. No birds in the morning, no crickets at night. On the third night, Michael woke to faint humming. It was low and steady, like a lullaby sung through a wall. He went downstairs to find the rocking chair in the living room gently swaying. No windows were open. Lisa teased him the next morning. Old house. It's settling. Days later, Lisa found her favorite paintbrush in the kitchen sink, balanced perfectly upright. Michael's office door would be open in the morning even though he locked it at night. They started smelling old perfume, sweet, powdery, almost too strong. Sometimes it would cling to a single room for hours. Other times it would vanish as soon as they noticed it. One evening, as they watched TV, the back door clicked shut on its own. Michael checked it, locked from the inside. No sign of entry. The first time they talked about leaving, it was a joke. Lisa told Michael she heard her name whispered while painting the upstairs hallway, close enough to feel warm breath. Michael laughed and said, "Guess we'll have to sell the place already." The next morning, the front door wouldn't open. The knob turned, the deadbolt was free, but it felt glued shut. They had to use the back door, which opened instantly. Michael tried an experiment. Standing in the kitchen, he said loudly, "We're going into town tomorrow." That night, the wind howled. By morning, a storm was pounding the house. The road was flooded, and the car wouldn't start. The following day, the weather was perfect, the car fine. They tested it twice more. Each time they mentioned leaving out loud, something went wrong. Lisa began waking in strange places, once sitting at the top of the stairs, once in the attic by the round window. Michael started catching her drawing tall, faceless figures without realizing she was doing it. One night, he found her in the hallway, eyes wide and glassy, whispering, "It doesn't want you here. It wants me." She remembered none of it in the morning. Curiosity led Michael to the county records office. The farmhouse had changed owners many times, but rarely by sale. Most transfers were marked abandoned. Two owners had disappeared entirely. An old news clipping mentioned the house in connection with a missing person search. It said only, "Search called off due to inclement weather." The scratching began in the guest room, a slow, deliberate scrape as though someone was tracing lines inside the walls. It moved from room to room over the next week. One night, Michael pressed his ear to the wall and swore he heard breathing. Michael woke one night to find the front window open. Outside, the wheat rippled, not from wind, but as if something tall was moving through it, parting it in a straight line toward the house. At the edge of the field, a shape swayed, too tall for a person. Where its eyes should have been, something glistened. The window slammed shut on its own. Lisa said they couldn't leave. The house was keeping them safe. When Michael demanded from what, she just stared toward the window. They've stayed ever since. Neighbors say if you drive past the farmhouse at night, you'll see warm light in the upstairs hallway. If you stop and listen, you'll hear humming drifting from the wheat. And if you linger too long, you might see the wheat parting, moving toward you. And that's today's tale, proof that sometimes the nest you're trapped in might be the only thing keeping the real predators out. This has been Hen House Files, where we never chicken out from the truth, no matter how much it pecks at your sanity.